Oh, okay. Good morning, guys. So, welcome to this SQL awareness session, guys. Okay. So, I think 25 members are joined. Okay, I will start that session. Okay. So, here we are discussing that SQL, guys. Okay, how it will be used. Actually, as a BA, we have three prime responsibilities. We know, right? Like three responsibilities, like a requirement gathering. Okay, and after that, a process re-engineering and interaction to the clients. So these are all the your prime responsibilities, right? So that SQL, how it will be useful. Actually, that basic knowledge, you have some basic knowledge as a PA. Actually, in that developers will be there, guys, in that company. Okay, we are not doing anything, just understanding. Okay, just understanding purpose. At least you have some basic knowledge on that SQL. So that's why we are conducting this one awareness session. We have some awareness on that SQL. So that's why we are conducting this one of that SQL awareness session, guys. Okay. So once we are starting that SQL awareness session, I will give you some brief interview about all of this. Just a second. Guys, now you can able to see my screen, right? This is a Word document I'm opening. Just please drop a message in the chat box if you have any doubts or anything. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So this is the database. Okay. So first of all, we know that we want to know the database, guys. So if any application we built like a front end, middle and back end, like that, nothing but like a database. So here it will be represent like it's a visual layer, like a presentation layer. We know that one. So that thing is some files. Okay, we had mentioned that one. Just this thing is like in a middle end. So all the things will be developed by the developers only. Okay, don't worry about of that. Just understanding purpose. I'm just creating one thing and just I'm representing. So this is the database, guys. Okay, it will be stored in the tabular format. So it will be stored in this form. So understanding purpose, I'm just creating this one. Okay, so here that whatever we are giving some information through that any application. Okay, it will be stored in the database. Okay, so that is the database. So first of all, we know that what is a data. Okay, so what is a data? So we can see this. So whatever that information, okay, whatever that information we are giving to that any application, it will be stored in the database. So database is nothing but like raw facts that describes it or attributes or an object or entity, okay, or collected information. Like that, it will be stored in the database, guys. So database is nothing but, guys, please mute yourself. I'm requesting to you, please mute yourself, guys. Okay. Yeah. So we know the data, like we are giving some data to the application through the application, right? It will be stored in the database. So what is a database? So database is nothing but like a one of the place or nothing but like a storage. Okay. The data will be stored in that semantic or organized way. Okay, in the database. Okay, whatever that giving that information, it will be stored in the database. Nothing but like it's a storage. Okay, that is a database. What is the main purpose of the database? To store that information. And if you want to retrieve that information, definitely we can retrieve the data. So that is the main purpose we are using a database. Okay. So to store that information, I mean like to store the data. And if you want to retrieve the data, we can definitely we retrieve the data. For example, I will take one example, guys, for that one. We know that Naukri.com, right? Because we are updated our resumes on that Naukri.com. So that is a one of the thing application I'm taking. So when I'm fresher, I'm just upload my some details about that my studied things, and I just uploaded my fresher resume on that one. Now I have like in 5 years of experience. Now I want to see my details and everything. I want to update the details. I want to see my, I want to get my fresher resume. So you can easily go through that Naukri, and we can see that my details and everything. And if I can retrieve that my resume also, because of the all information it will be stored in the database. So that is the reason we will be stored in the database. Okay. After 5 years also, it will be you can take the data. It will be available on that Naukri.com. Okay, so that is the purpose we are using the database. If you want to store that information, we can store. If you want to retrieve the data, also we can retrieve the data also, guys. So that is the purpose we are using the database. So that is the main purpose. Okay. And one more thing, guys, here you can see that the data, it will be stored in the tabular format, right? So before the tabular format, we have some things will be there. I will show you, like, that means like a the way of store that information, it will be stored in the table format. That is the one of the way. But we have some ways. I will tell you that before in that files format, it will be stored, guys. Files format, it will be stored. So nothing but like, now we can see that that is a data model, that we call it as a data model. So we have a 4 types of things here. Like in a hierarchical model, it will be stored. Nothing like but like a files only. And that networking model, here also it will be stored the networking model only. And the next thing is like nothing but like an entity relationship model. Here the three things it will be stored in the database management system, guys. But it will be stored in that file formats only. But nowadays we got like an this one, like a relationship model, it will be stored in the table format, because that nowadays all the companies are using that relational database model. Because if you want to use this thing, we can easily get the data, guys. For example, I want to see only one particular employee information. We can easily find that one. And before, like we are using the files, right? We can use that file, and we just a company file, and we can see that all data employees. So I want to see that particular one employee salary, means we can see a lot of files on that time. So now we can easily identify that person's salary, we can see immediately. Okay, so just simply write one query, you can easily get the data. So that's the reason nowadays all the companies are using the relational database management system. Okay, so we have 2 types of databases. Now we get discussing like about the database management system, one of that one, and that relational database management system. We have 2 types, guys. We have 2 types will be there. Now you can see database management system and relational database management system. Going forward, I will tell like some difference about that DBMS and RDBMS also. So just I'm giving like overview on here only. Okay. So the database management system, like it will be, just a second, guys. Sorry. So the database management system. So it is nothing but like one of the software. It will maintain like manage the database, guys. Okay, maintain and manage the database. This is the one of the thing, and it will be data will be stored in that file format. Okay, like think about like an XML like that. Okay, which facilitate the storage and retrieve the operations on the database. So that is a one of the thing. But here in this RDBMS, okay, it is the one of the type of DBMS. Okay, this is the one of the type of DBMS, but we can store the data from the tables format only. Okay, that we call it as an RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. Okay, it stores the data in the form of tables like a MySQL, PostgreSQL or SQL Server like that. Okay, it will be stored the tables format only. So this is the like a overview on this DBMS and RDBMS, guys. Okay, so I will go to that back just a second. Just a second, guys. So now you can see. So we know we have an idea about of that database and how it will be stored that data in that database. Just we are discussing about that one only. Okay. So now we can see, just a second, that SQL. So what is an SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language, guys. This is one of the query language. Okay. So this is one of the query language. SQL is not a database. Database is a storage only. So to interact to that database, we are using the SQL language. Okay, to interact to that database, we are using the SQL language only. So SQL is not a database. It's a structured query language. It is a language, not a database. Okay. So this is the thing, guys. And SQL becomes the standards of that American National Standards Institute, ANSI, in 1986, guys, and that International Organization for Standardization, ISO, in 1987. Okay, so in that earlier we were discussing like it is a language, not a database. Okay, so why is SQL used, and it will mean like it will be reliable to that business analyst. For example, I will give you one scenario, guys. Here, just I'm giving one simple scenario here. So for example, if a client will ask you, like he is asking like a his products and everything, it will be decreased last 3 months. Okay, each and everything it will be declined like a last 3 months, so that some products. So that's why he want to ask some data. He want to ask some data. So he's asking like the last 3 months data he's asking. So immediately we are go to like in a developers. We have some developers will be there in that company. Definitely developers, SQL developers and Power BI developers are nothing but like a Tableau developers. Lot of developers will be there. So we are going to the developers. So client will ask you like a last 3 months of data, so on so data he's asking. So we just simply tell that developer he's retrieve the data and he give the data and everything. So whatever the data we are taking, the data will be directly to explain the client he did not understand, right? So that's the reason we are using like a Power BI or a Tableau, something like that we are using, and we are preparing some charts and everything. And we just simply create some charts and data and everything. We just simply show that client he understand that what are the charts. Okay, like okay, so last sales this one, okay, some products this one sales, he easily understood that one. So that is the reason we just presentation. Okay, we just create the charts and everything. So that this is the scenario, guys. So this is the scenario. We have a developers, but we have a some base like a basic knowledge about these tools. So that's why we are giving like one awareness session only. Okay, so that is the reason we are just understanding purpose. We are giving like a one SQL session. So this type of scenarios will come. So that's why we just to retrieve the data, and we just Power BI or like maybe which company we are using that tool only. So we will give that a Tableau or something like that, which tool they are using. So we are giving to that one, and they create the papers and charts and everything. We understood and we explain to that client. So that's the reason we are giving like awareness session here. Okay, so this is the thing, guys. So this is the usable to us. So the next thing is like SQL facts, guys. So SQL is a practiced on SSMS. It's a it's a dummy application. SSMS is one of the dummy application. This application gives a new aspirants or any learner or edge to get it familiar with that SQL app. So we will discuss about that later, like a SSMS dummy application. Okay. So this is a one of the application you need to use that one. Okay. So SSMS is a SQL Server machine learning system, guys. This is the one of the thing. So we will discuss about this application later. Okay. So here SQL, this is the under SQL. One can extract that multiple reports for that reviews and validation purpose. We are giving the retrieve the data. Okay, which may include like an IT or like a finance domain or banking domain. So we have like some banking persons are there and retrieval. So many demos will be there. We just go to the database and network like sorry, database admins will be available, guys, each and every company. So that the person he just give that one, and he's only give the taxes and everything. Okay, then in the database no one take the taxes and everything, only the database admin he will give the taxes only. Okay, so and many more we just take that retrieve the data on many more domains like this way. Okay, and the next SQL facts, we are in the earlier we are discussing about that what is in a database or DB, right? It's a nothing but like in a one hard disk or like that. It will be stored like it's a nothing but a one of the storage. We will be simply store that information. Okay, that the main purpose we are discussing like we are already discussing. So to retrieve the data, or if you want to view the data, we can view, and analyzing purpose we are taking this retrieve the data. So that is the purpose we are using the database. Okay, and we have a two types of DBs we are discussing, like a database management system and relational database management system. We have it two types. So this is the SQL facts, and we are doing like a we are by using some commands, guys. We are using some CRUD operation also we can do. Okay, so just a second, I will see that one. Yeah, by using some SQL fundamentals. Okay, this is the SQL fundamentals. So we are using some commands. These are all the commands, guys. By using some commands, we are doing like a one CRUD operation. Okay, here So the business analyst, we can create or read or update and delete. So here business analyst, okay, he is not involved here. This each and everything, create or delete, delete or updated anything. Okay, we can't able to anything here. We can just we are not involving because the developers will be there, SQL developers. We are not involving anything, but we have an access like in a reading. Okay, so whatever we get the data, we just understand the data. Okay, reading purpose, they're giving some access. Okay, so the reading purpose we are giving, they're giving some access only. Okay, so we just read the data only. We can't able to do in that application anything. So we just see the data only, just understanding purpose only. Okay. So here you can see the CRUD operation. C stands for create, R stands for read, and update and delete. If you want to create the data, create tables and create data and everything, we can use the create command. And if you want to read the data, we can use that read command and update the data. You can update like something, your name will be updated, something like that. Okay. And if you want to delete the data, definitely we can delete the data, guys. So this is the thing, one of the CRUD operation. Okay, so now we want to see like in a, some we know that DBs, different types of DBs, like a database management system and relational database management system. We can see that like some differences. Okay, now we can see the database management system and DBMS, RDBMS. So RDBMS, we have some see that some differences here. A DBMS is an application store data as file. Okay, it will be stored as a files format only. But in that RDBMS, it will be stored the tabular format. Okay, it will be stored the tabular format, the data. And in the database, like in that DBMS, the data is generally stored in either hierarchical form or some navigational. We are seeing like a networking model, something like that. It will be stored in this DBMS. But in that RDBMS, it will be stored in the tables format. So here an identifier called as in a primary key, and the data values it will be stored in that tables only. So here we are using the some relationship between the tables. In that RDBMS, each and every table we are giving some relationship between the tables. So by using that tables, we just store that information in the database. Okay. So in that DBMS, use the files system to store the data. So there will be no relationship between the tables, guys, here will be stored in the files format only, but there is no relationship between the tables here. But here, the data values stored from the database, we are giving some relationship between the tables by using some entities. Okay, like in that product table, the product table. So that is a one of the entity. That is a product table. That is a one of the entity, and that orders table. That is a one of the entity. So that we taking like a entities, and between the tables we are using the primary key and foreign key. Okay, by using the primary key and foreign key, we are giving a relationship between the tables. Going forward, I will clearly explain that one. Okay, just I'm giving like a overview on this here. Okay, and database is the DBMS is the mean by that small organization and deal with the small data only, guys, for the DBMS. But okay, in that single user at a time it will be used. But in that RDBMS designed to handle the large amount of data, it supports the multiple users. So for example, in our company, like some 10 employees will be there. So they're using like a one, they're working in that one database. For in that DBMS, only one single user we at a time only they just get the data. Some if any changes will be there, they're doing, but it is only one time. But in that RDBMS, some multiple users at a time they can use in that RDBMS. Okay, that is possible in this RDBMS, but that DBMS it is not possible. Okay, and examples of the DBMS of that file system, like an XML like that, it will be stored in that DBMS. But in that RDBMS, it will be stored like it's an example of like a MySQL or PostgreSQL server, like a SQL Server or Oracle. Okay, it will be stored in this thing. Okay, these are all the few examples of the DBMS and RDBMS. Okay. So this is a SQL executions, guys. This is the SQL execution. So how it will be, write that queries and everything. Once it is completed, I will write that query, some queries also, guys. Okay. So what can SQL do? That SQL can execute that queries against a database. Now we can retrieve the data from. We can retrieve the data from the database by using the SQL, and SQL can insert that records in the database. Okay, we can insert that records in the database also. And if you want to update the data, we can definitely update the data also. And SQL can do like a delete that records means we can definitely delete that records also by using a delete command. Okay, and SQL can create that new databases. Okay, it will be create that new databases also, nothing but like a storages places only. So SQL creates that new tables in the database. Definitely we can create that new tables, number of tables we can create. And SQL can create the store procedures in that database. Definitely, it will be created that store procedures, and the creates views in the database. We can create that one, and that set the permissions tables and procedures and views. Here, that access only that database admin only have that access, guys. Here to views that database and that permissions only give that database admin. Okay. So the store procedures, whatever that try that code, if you want to reuse that code, definitely we can reusable. So that's why they're creating the store procedures. The developers only that creating the things, guys. Okay. So this is the one of the some executions I'm giving here. Okay. So now you can see the tables in SQL. Okay. Some tables in SQL. So tables in SQL is so it will be stored. Now in that earlier we are seeing like this is the table, guys. So this is the table. So it will be stored like a some column. Maybe what is that? This customer ID, something I'm taking. Okay, simply that ID and that customer name and that location and the state and the pin code, whatever we are giving some like this one. So it will be stored this format only, that particular one customer. So here, so that ID and that name, this we call it as in a columns, guys. Okay, that we call it as in columns. But here in that SQL, we call it as in a field. Okay, that ID column we call it as a ID field, name field. Okay, that state field and pin code field. Here we call it as in a field. Okay, and that rows we call it as in a records, guys. So these are all the rows, like one that ID is one, like it's a Will Smith and something like a CA state and some pin code we are given here, right? These are all the records. Rows we call it as in a records, guys. And one more thing, one the particular ID, like here you can see the two, right? So this one we call it as in a cell. Okay, this we call it as in a cell, guys. Okay, so this is the format it will be stored. So guys, we are giving like a lot of data right in a table, but we are giving some numerical values and alphanumerics we are giving here. And sometimes they're using like a special characters also, something. Lot of data we are giving here, right? Like a mail ID, something. We are giving lot of data. Am I right? So how it will be stored? So each data, okay, we have some type, like that numerical values, that is a numerical type, like int type. So we have some data types will be there. So that is the purpose. It will be stored in that same format. Okay. So here you can see that numerical values. So that the purpose you are using the numerical data type. And here you can see this one is an it's a alpha this is alpha numeric, all it will be there. But here you can see that alphabeticals, right? Like it's a some not a numericals. Just a second, guys. So it will be stored like in some uh words like some Will Smith and characters we are giving like a, right. So it will be stored some like a character data type or nothing but like in a, or it will be stored like a varchar. So we have some data types. We have some data types. So by using the data types only, the data it will be stored, guys. Okay. So just a second, I will show you that the data types also. Guys, now you can able to see my screen, right? I'm opening the Word document. Guys, am I audible to you, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. So now you can see the data types. So here I can see the data, it will be how it will be stored. Okay, the particular column, for example, that numerical values, we are using the int, and we are giving some range also, guys. Okay, so yeah, just a second, I will tell you one by one. I will tell you. Okay, one by one I will tell you. So if that values, like numerical values I want to store, so we are using like an int data type. That is in a data type only. So if you want to numerical values we will be stored, we just use that int, and we will give some range, guys. For example, I'm giving like a 10. Okay, 10 spaces it will be there. Like here you can see 1, not 1. I'm giving like a 1 ID. That is an ID we just taking. So I'm giving like a 3 things, right? 1, 0, 1. The 3 places only I'm giving. So that remaining 7 places it will be there, right? So it will be there. Like we can use like an just I'm typing like a, we can give like this. So whatever that range, okay, out of the range it will not go. Okay, just beyond the range only we are giving some values. Okay, below the range. Okay, below the range we are giving like a something like a, I'm giving like extra things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm giving like extra thing. It's a range like it's a 10, right? But I'm giving like an 11. So we will get an error. Below the range only we are giving that particular data type. Okay. So mostly we are not mentioning that one because in that real term, because we are giving a large data, right? So for example, we are taking like an Amazon application. It will be lots of things will be there, right? So that time we are not giving that range. Okay. So just I'm simply taking like an int. Okay. Just I'm taking that one. So this is the one of the data type, and the character and varchar. So character is nothing but like, guys, you can give like a that names. Okay, if you want to like a mail ID, so that the purpose you can give like characters. So character range also I'm taking like a 10, right? So but here you can see I'm giving like a one Ravi name, so that the purpose I'm taking a character, I'm giving only that 4 things only, right? So but that range I'm giving like in a 10, right? So I have some differences also I'm telling, like a varchar also you can use the alphanumeric also, that varchar, and giving like I'm range is 10, and that name is also I'm giving like in Ravi. Okay, for example, I'm taking Ravi. Okay, so what is the difference between that character and varchar here? That character, whatever that range we are giving, right? That remaining, whatever that, for example, the only 4 characters only it will be displayed, right? That remaining 6 characters, a space it will be there. So it is a wasted. Here it will be wasted. But in that varchar, by using the varchar means it will be used. Okay, it will be used another purpose. Is internally, guys. Okay, internally it will be used another purpose. Okay, it will be used another purpose for that varchar. But in that character, when we are using the character means it will be wasted. But when we are using that varchar, okay, we are giving like a less amount of that particular name. Okay, so that time it will be stored like a remaining space. Remaining space it will be internally some other another purpose that will be used it internally automatically. Okay, we can't predict on that one. Okay, it will be automatically it will be used. So and that date type also we can give like a something like today date I'm giving like 2024. So this is the format. So this is all the data types, guys. We have some syntax also will be there. Based on the syntax only, we need to create that queries. Okay. Just a second. 2024. Today it's a 9th month, and like today 2022. So this is the format it will be stored. So this is the and object related also we can create, guys. It's a high level things. Okay. So not a basic level. Okay, just these are all the data types. Okay, that basic things. Okay, so this is the way. And one more thing, guys, that constraints. So the data types is mandatory, guys. When we create a table, that the data types is each data type we are giving like a beside you need to write the data type also. Okay, that is the one of the thing. And that next thing is a constraints. It's an optional. Okay, when you create this thing, it's an optional. If you can give that constraints, or if you cannot give that, okay, it is an okay. So just a second, I will discuss when first of all I will take a table. After that I will explain the constants, then you can easily find. Yeah, now you can see. So here you can see that a data types is a int, right? We are giving like an int data type, and that's the names we are using like a character, or otherwise we can use a varchar. Mostly I'm using the varchar because that data is utilized, right? So that's why. Okay. So this is the process. We can this is the data types, guys. Guys, any doubts? Guys, if you have any doubts, please mention in the chat box. Okay, just drop a message in the chat box. I will see the doubts and everything. Okay. So now I'm discussing about that constraints. Okay. So just I'm going to that another thing. It's a retail store. I'm taking a retail store I'm taking. So in that retail store, I'm taking like some tables, guys, here. Not understand. Acha. So guys, where character is a nothing but like we can give like a some names purpose we are using a character, guys, and that varchar. Okay, varchar. Why you are using that varchar? So it's a it will be stored that all for numeric values we can use that one. Okay, for that varchar. Okay, so we have some differences. Why you are using that character and varchar? So character, we can take like we can give that range also. Okay, we can give that range. Okay, so for example, I will take like in 10 range I'm taking. Okay, so before like whatever that just I'm giving one name like a Ravi. Okay, just I'm taking like a Will Smith I'm taking. So but my range is 10 only. If I'm telling explain that only the character only as of now, so we can give that name only. Okay, just it will be some 11 and the space is 5 5 5. Okay, 10, it will be name is like a we are giving like a 10 space. That space also it will be considered, guys. That is a one of the character it will be considered. If you are doing like any spaces also it will be counted. Okay, so for example I am taking like a Will Smith, it will be like a 9 characters, but the space is also it will be included, right? That we call it as in 10 characters. For example, I'm taking like a 20 range for that character. That remaining space is not utilized. It will be space is wasted in the internally. So in that storage, we have some space is there, right? So it will be wasted that remaining space. But while using the varchar, okay, that is a one of the data type only. But when we are using the varchar, okay, we can use that 20 range only. I'm giving like some range also for that varchar. So I'm giving the 20. So by using that, utilize only that 10 character space only. Like we are giving like a Will Smith space. That remaining 10 character space is there, right? It will be utilized another purpose in that internally only. We can't see that one. Internally, it will be adjusted. So that the purpose we are using the varchar. So mostly we are using that varchar only. We are not using that character. But that is a one of the data type. So we are using like a varchar here. So that is the differences of that character and varchar. Both are the data types only. Okay. I hope you understood, Ashish. Yeah, thank you. So I'm taking one of the retail store, guys. So this is the one of that example I'm taking. Like I'm taking like a 3 tables. Okay. Here, so here I'm taking a 3 tables, guys, retail store, like a sales, items, and customer. Every day we are seeing that sales and everything, right? Sales. So we can, for example, I'm taking only today that sales is 3 sales, it will be there. Okay. Just I'm taking sample thing only that three sales it will be there. And that items and that customer. Okay, this is another table. So I'm taking the 3 tables. So by using the three tables, so we just give that primary key and foreign key. How it will be give that primary key and foreign key. How it will be just just a second, guys. Yeah, sorry guys, sorry for that. So here I'm taking the 3 tables, right? The 3 tables like a sales and items and customer. Okay. So the sales ID you can see each and every key here you can see some keys will be there, right? Here we call it as a primary key. So just identification purpose, I'm just taking one some diagram like that key related. So now you can see that sales, each ID sales, okay. So each ID sales, we have we are using some IDs. For example, I will take one real-time scenario, okay. So for example, we are all Indians, right? We're all Indians. We have some IDs will be there, like some Aadhaar card, like something voter ID, something like that. We have a one unique ID will be there, each person. Okay. So when same like that, each table, like a lot of sales will be conducted. Each per day, lot of sales will be there. Okay, regularly so each sale we are giving like a one unique ID. Okay. Okay, we are taking one unique ID. So that we call as in a primary key. And we have some differences about that primary key and unique key also. I will tell you later that one. So that the purpose we are taking like a, this is a primary key for that sales. And same like, so for example, if you are taking like an items, lot of brands will be there. We are seeing in that Amazon like that, lot of brands will be there. So for example, one camera, in camera also lot of brands will be there. So if you are taking like that same things means we can't identify, right? So each item we are giving like a unique guide, like one primary key, like we are giving like a unique ID, right? So here we call it as a primary key here. Each item we are giving like different IDs. Each item. Okay. And the customers also, lot of customers will be there. So how to identify? Same like I'm the Prasanna. Like lot of Prasannas will be there in Hyderabad, right? Same like that. So here each customer we have like a giving like a different unique IDs. Okay. Each customer we are giving like a different unique IDs, guys. So that's why I'm taking like a primary key for this customer. So now the three tables I'm giving taking like a three primary keys, right? So now these are the constraints, guys. We have some constraints that is nothing but like a primary key, foreign key, unique, okay, or not null. Like this type of things are we call it as in a constraints. Okay. So it's a this is not a mandatory, but in that real time definitely we can use that one. If you're taking like a sample things means that you can without using that constraints we can create that one, but we are using that like a primary key and foreign keys and everything. So that time we definitely take that one. Just in that real time definitely we are using all these things. Okay, so I will discuss about that one. So the constraints, now you can see that constraints unique key, not null, and check, and something like a primary key and foreign key. These are all the constraints, guys. How it will be used? First of all, I'm taking like a unique key. Unique key means it does not that accept that null, it's duplicate values also, it will be not accepted here, that unique. Because unique means so it will be not accepted like a duplicate values, right? Or repeated values. That we call it as a unique key. We all know that one, right? And not null, it does not that accept that null values. Null value is nothing but like an empty, like that. Okay, it will be not accepted. And that check means it's a conditional. If any some age things are, we just use that check condition. Okay. And that next one is the primary key and foreign key. So this is the important, that primary key and foreign key. Primary key is nothing but like a unique value we are giving, like, okay, unique ID and plus not null also. Okay, it is definitely we can give that ID. Each and every item we are giving that ID. We can't use that not null and unique. That both combination. The both combination. I'm repeating, unique key and not null. The both combination we call it as in a primary key. And one more thing, guys. Each table we are giving only one primary key only. We are giving only one primary key for each table. Okay, and the combination of unique and not null we call it as in a primary key. We definitely in that unique key you can we can't able to give that unique key also, but we can like we are not giving some values, so it will be showing like an empty, right, that unique key. So same like that, but here in that definitely we can use that is a one of the unique key. And one more thing, it is a not null, the both combination. For example, so here you can see that ID, right? So I'm taking this one, that ID will be there. Okay. So this is this is not the primary key and everything, but here we are giving that unique key. We are performing like 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the unique key. For example, sometime I miss this one, something like that. Okay. Like I'm removing like a 4. But this is the unique key, right? It will be accepted. But if it is primary key, okay, if it is primary key, each and everything, we have some combination, right? That is a must and should unique key. And one more thing we can add, like, it's a not null. Okay. So must and should, we just give any other number. That is a unique number only we are giving here. That we call it as in a primary key. That combination of unique key and not null, we call it as in a primary key. Okay. And each table we are giving only the one primary key. Now we can see we are taking the three tables. Each table we are giving only one primary key only. Okay. So that is the primary key. And now we are discussing about that foreign key. Foreign key means, okay, foreign key. So here that item table, it is a primary key, right? And the customer table, it is a primary key. But the both things, it will be acting as in a foreign key in another table. So we are in Indians. So here we have some unique IDs, right? So while we are going to that another country, like some US like that, we are all the foreigners, right? Same like that. So here the particular IDs will be there, right? So here that IDs is a unique. So it will be acting as in a foreign key in another table. So to identify what are the sales entry and everything, we just need to see that one. Okay. So this is the primary key and foreign key, guys. So by using the primary key and foreign key, we are giving the relationship between the tables. So now, first of all, first is sales ID, we are see that one, first one. So the sales ID is one, right? Here I can see this is a one of the foreign key. But here the table is, this is a primary key, right? So that item ID, here you can see that item ID, and that customer ID, here you can see the customer ID. Now you can see that first sales, we are seeing that first sale is item number 1. Here you can see that item number 1. So item table, item ID, that one, we see that camera. So 64 megapixels, the camera, we can see that item. And who was purchased that camera? The customer ID 2. So the customer ID, that 2, you can see that customer ID 2. Sam Smith, oh, he purchased one camera, 64 megapixels camera. He purchased Smith, okay. So he purchased Smith, okay. And that how many cameras he, like, quantity. So how many cameras he like he buy, like a three cameras, okay, 3 cameras, and the price is 90,000 price. That may, like, it's a each camera like a 30,000. Maybe it's a each camera 30,000. So this is the way you need to identify. So if you're going to like a second sales, so the second sales ID is a that item ID is 2. So going to that item table, so that item ID is 2, right? Here you can see that memory card, 128 GB memory card, guys. Okay, 128 GB memory card, we can see. And the thing is, who are purchased them? Again, he is this. Sean Smith only purchased, again, he is a purchased the memory card, 128 GB memory card. Okay. Only one memory card he purchased. It's a 1500 rupees. So that is a second sales. And we are going to like a third sale. It's a number 1, like item ID 1. So I'm going to like item ID 1. So the again, one sale will be conducted like in a camera, 64 megapixels camera. Now, who purchased one camera? Like, it's a customer ID 1. Now, here you can see that Will Smith here. Now, here that Will Smith, he purchased one camera, 64 megapixel. Only one camera he purchased. The purchase, it's a 30,000. Each camera price is 30,000. He purchased only one camera. Who purchased the camera? The customer ID 1. So, we can give the customer ID 1. It's a Will Smith. Will Smith, he purchased one camera. It's a Hollywood State CA, and that the pin code also you can see that customer details. So this is the way we are giving the relationship between the tables by using the primary key and foreign key. Okay, by using the foreign key, we are giving like some relationship between the tables. Just a second, guys. And guys, if you have any doubts, please drop a chat box, okay? So this is the primary key and foreign key, guys. So by using some constraints, okay? So we need to give that relationship between the tables, okay? So I'm going to introduce like in commands, SQL commands. Okay, how to write that queries. Okay, just I'm giving some commands. Okay, so this is SQL commands, guys. DDL, DML, DCL, and DQL. Okay, so DDL, definition, data definition language. Okay, and data manipulation language, and data query language, and data control language. Okay, so um recording, we will discuss later that one. Okay, we will discuss later that one. So the DDL commands, so data definition language, data query language, data manipulation language, and data control language. So these are all the SQL commands, guys. Under that commands, okay, we have some commands will be there. Like in the data definition language, you have some commands. Okay, under the data manipulation language, how it will be manipulation. Okay, and how to write that queries and how to control the languages, each and everything. Under that we have some commands will be there. I will explain that each and one by one. Okay, one by one command I'm explaining. Here you can see the data definition language. Under the data definition language we are using some commands, guys. These are all the some commands. Okay, so by using the some commands we can create, we can write that queries. Okay, so data definition language, that create command. So the create command, by using create command you can create the tables and everything. So now you can see a create the procedure command, it is used to create the store procedures. So a store procedure is a prepared SQL code that you can save. Okay, if you create that store procedure, it will be saved means, so you can, that code is used over and over again. So that mostly that SQL developers are using this thing. Okay, and that next one, alter command. So alter command means, we know that that columns, right, but we call it as in a field, right? So this thing, so these are all the fields, right? So by using the alter command, if you add that new column, or if you want to update or new column, or like change that name, column name, so that time you are using the alter command. Okay, and then next, drop table. So drop table, if you want to do using the drop command, so it will be all the data, it will be collapsed. Okay, so we have a some delete command, drop, and truncate. Okay, so we have a three things will be there. Mostly we are not using these three commands because we are working in a database. If any database once it will be gone means, we can't able to retrieve that one. So that comments we are not that database admin. Okay, database admin never knew give never give that these three commands. Okay, mean like he is not giving any access. It's a very important means, then only he give that access. Once the data will be, I mean, like dropped or truncated anything, we can't retrieve the data. So that the purpose, they're not giving any access on it, but we have some awareness on that, right? So that's why we are explaining this one. Okay, so that rename, if you want to rename that column names or database, right, table names, that time we can use the rename command, guys. And the truncate, in that earlier we are discussing, remove all the rows of the table, but that the table structure and it columns will be constraints index, all it will be remaining, it will be there, but the table rows and all, like all the data, it will be dropped, it's a deleted. Okay, all the data at a time. And that command, so command nothing but like, it's a guys, so if you're preparing any notes and everything, we are doing some margins, right? So we are doing some rough work, right? So in that SQL code only we are using some commands. Okay, like comment lines. By using the comment lines, if you are writing anything, it will be not be executed. Okay, it's a rough page type, so it's easily understood, right? So that's why I'm giving some simple example on. Okay, in our notebook we are taking like some margins, under that margins we are writing something rough work, right? Same like that. So now we can see the DQL command. So it is a select command. So as a peer, we can use this select command, guys. We have some access on that. Maybe it will be give that one. Otherwise, database admin also it not will give that access also. Just reading purpose only we have an access. Okay. So here also we have some developers will be there. There also will work on that. Okay. So it's a select a command. If you want to see that by using the select command. So if you want to see that whole data means we can usually by using select command, we can see that one. Going forward, I will write that queries. Okay. So that time you can see that one. Select how to use that select command. Okay. I will write that course. Okay. And that DML, data manipulation language. So here we have under that we have some commands will be there. So that insert command means if you want to insert that new records. So by using the insert command, we can you can like a lot of rows you can update. I mean like you just insert that records and update. If you want to modify that records, we can use that update command, guys. Okay. And the delete. So if you want to delete one record means we can definitely we can use that delete command. Okay. So that merge commands. Okay. And that cell explain plan. So here that all I will be accessing not only that database admin. Okay. Merge cells. It will be make to use to changes in that one table based on that values are matched from another table. So we can match that cells. Okay. And in that myself insert update delete operations also we can it will be used. Okay, it's at a time we can write in that one line at a time, one line they will write that code. Only the developers only that do that one. Okay. And that call, so here that PL SQL only that they're using that one only when it will be executed that dynamically, dynamical situations only that use that one. Okay. I mean like it will be directly on that live, I'm telling. Okay. So they're not giving it access on that also. Explain ban. Only that select command only BA will access, guys. Sometimes. Okay. They're not giving any access. Reading purpose only. Whatever we enter the data, reading purpose only we have an access. Okay. We are not writing any code. Okay. That explain plan and log tables. These things also will be access on the database admins, guys. Okay. And the DCL, grant and revoke. So we know like a database admin will give some access and permissions, right? So the grant, by using the grant command, okay, the database admin only give that some access. Okay. So once he gives some access, okay, and by using the revoke command, he will retake that retake that access also. Okay, by using the revoke things. Grant means he give that some permissions by using this command. He will give some access. Okay. But revoke means whatever give that access, right? So he will return back to that access by using the revoke command. Only that database admin only use this grant and revoke. Okay. So this is all the comments, guys, whatever we are giving that, all the comments I'm explaining here. So the next thing is a SQL Server. Now here you can see that SQL screen page. So before I want to tell you one thing here. So first of all, we download that SQL, right? So I will tell you one thing here. So I'm taking another tab, okay? Now just I'm typing like an so I'm typing like an SQL Server. 2019 PDF. Now you can see that SQL. Please note that point, guys. This one, okay? SQL Server 2019 download step by step PDF. Step by step PDF. You just type in at Google, okay? Just I'm taking that new tab. SQL Server 2019 download step by step PDF. Just I'm typing this one, okay? Lot of websites will become, right? But you just select the Boost and University. Please note that, guys. What I'm telling, SQL Server 2019 download step-by-step process. Okay, we just typing on that one. So just I'm typing that one and lot of websites will become, right? But you just select the Boost and University. Okay, just note that point also, Boost and University. Just select that one. Now you can got a like one PDF format, right? So this is the one of the format. Here we have some lot of guidelines because if you want to download the SQL means it will take you like a 1 hour time. Okay. max 1.5 hour time it will be take. Okay, so here you can see once how it will be downloaded. Okay, each and every step by step it will be process will be there. Okay, but please use this one and please download that SQL Server install. Okay, so just I'm explaining this one only. Okay, just you please download this SQL this thing. So each and every step by step it will be there. Okay, just follow these steps and please download that SQL. Okay, so just download this PDF, guys, and after that please follow the step by step and just go to that ones. Okay, so this is the process, guys. Boston University. Now it will be updated like a 2022 version, guys. You can download the 2022 version. It's the same guidelines only. Okay, it's the same guidelines only. Uh, Same guidelines only. You can download that 2022 version. Okay, same process only, but it will be updated that new version only. It's the same process only. You just need to download that thing. Okay. So this is the process, guys. So just a second. I just the Boston University, guys. This is the one of the thing. Okay, if you want, you can use a lot of things will be there. Just a second. So now you can able to see my screen, right? Just I'm opening that on my SQL Server Management Studio. Guys, you are able to see my screen, right? Hello. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So this is the yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So this is the one of the thing, guys. Okay, okay. Thank you, guys. So this is the SQL Server, like it's a application, right? So here you can see in that right side, we can see that database, right? Once you install that thing, okay. So we need to create a one database. We need to create a one database, guys. So in that right side, you can see that the databases here you can see. Okay, you just simply right click on that one. Okay, you just simply right click on that one, and here you can see that new database. So now we are creating a new database. Now once you click on here, okay, please focus on here, guys. Just simply click on here. So this is the graphical user interface page. It will be displayed. Okay, so now we can create a one database here. Like I'm creating like a session 3. I'm just mention like a session 3. Okay, and now after that we can see like some database files. It's a like a master database it will be created, and some logs also it will be created. Okay, some logs and some data types it will be created, guys. Okay, so this is a master page, like a data table. So how it will be stored, it will be, you can see here in that rows, and that logs like a logics or some queries or commands, it will be stored in these logs. So maybe some server issues or something like that, it will become in the database. So that like a database admin will come to check with these logs and rows. So he's only access on that, right? So he will check that one. So this is the things, guys, and just I'm creating that one session 3 database name, and just simply click on OK. Just simply I'm clicking on that OK. So that new database it will be created. Okay, so in the plus symbol it will be there right here. Just simply click on that. Now you can see that that database symbols you can see, right? So these are all the database. Now I'm creating like a session 3 database. Okay, session 3 database I'm creating, right? Just simply click on that one. Yeah, later I will discuss with you. Once I'm that all the session is completed, I will tell you how to download that one. Okay, just a second, guys. So just simply click on that session 3. Okay, this time right click on that one, new query. Okay, just I'm selecting the database. I'm giving that right click on that. Just click on that new query only. Okay, just I'm creating the new query. Just I'm selecting that one. Then one page will be displayed, guys. Here the page it will be displayed. So this is a one of the page. Now you can write that queries here. So now we are creating the sorry guys, just a second. Yeah, sorry guys, sorry for that. So now we are creating this page, right? So here you can create the tables here. Now we are creating all the database I'm already created, right? Now we are creating some tables here. Just I'm writing some queries. You can see that one. Okay. So first of all, I want to create a one table. Okay. So create command I'm using. Just create table. So this is a syntax, guys. What I'm telling is all the syntax. To follow the syntax, okay, to follow the syntax, you need to create the tables. Okay, each and everything we need to follow. That's definitely syntax. Okay, so just I'm creating it. Create a table. Now we can create, give that a table name. Like I'm creating that EMP table. I'm taking. Okay, so I'm open the bracket one. Okay, just EMP table means employee table I'm taking. Employee table, like each and every employee have like a employee ID will be there, right? Just I'm creating like an employee ID. EMP ID I'm taking. So it's an ID, right? It's a numerical values. Which data type we are giving here? Int, right? So I'm taking like an int. Just I'm taking one comma and just I'm enter that one. Okay, just I'm creating only the employment ID. So next one is an employee name, right? EMP name. I'm taking here EMP name, employee name, and now I'm using like a varchar, and I'm giving like a some range also. Sorry, I'm giving some range also like a 20. I'm giving some range. Okay, just I'm taking one comma. Okay, this is the thing I'm taking. So what will be there like an employee like job also I'm taking like a job. So job is like a varchar I'm taking. So I'm taking some ranges of also that one. Okay. Some what will be there like his salary also, right? His salary also it will be there. This time taking simple salary and I'm using like a small amount. This is a one of the data. That means like a object to type. Okay. So it will be stored like in a money type. Okay, small money I'm taking like a column and okay, so many things like a joining date, like a higher date. I'm taking like a higher date. Data type also I'm taking like a higher date, like a date. I'm taking this one. Okay. So in end of that one, I'm not giving any comma here. Okay. So just I'm creating one table. This is the syntax. Okay. So I'm just following the syntax. I'm creating one table, guys, like an employee table I'm creating. So just I'm just copy, I mean like select all the thing. Okay, just I'm selecting all the thing and just click on it execute. So just I'm execute that one. Now you can see that comments completed successfully. Okay, that comments, whatever I'm giving it comments, it's a successfully completed. So now I want to see the table was created or not. So by using the select command, okay, by using the select command, the table is not there. Just I'm seeing that one. Select star from EMP. This is a one of the I'm writing like it wrong. Okay, now you can see. Select star from EMP. Just I'm copy that one and execute. Now you can see the table is already that our table is created. Like employee ID, employee name, job and salary and hire date. Okay. So just I'm creating one simple one table only. Okay. So now I'm create the one table, right? So I want to insert some data by using the insert keyword. Just I'm creating some records also. Just a second. So I'm creating like insert keyword, guys. Insert keyword, insert into. This is a syntax, guys. What I'm writing is a syntax. Okay. EMP is a table name, like a employee table I'm creating, guys. So I'm using like a shortcut only. Okay, I'm using the shortcut. EMP is a employee. So the table name I'm taking like a employee table. So I want to see that employee table created or not. Just I'm selecting star from EMP. Star, why I'm using the star means it's a universal thing. What will be that whatever we are creating a table, right? So all it will be displayed. So I'm not giving anything right here. So that's why it will be showing like this only. So if you want to see that particular thing means you can see that one. Select a star from EMP means that whatever the table I'm creating like an employee table, it will be displayed here. Yeah, definitely. I'm just simply telling that basic things only. Going forward, I will explain that thing also. Okay, I will explain that primary key and foreign key also. So this is the starting basically I'm taking. No, actually, no for that. Actually, the developers will be there. Just understanding purpose I'm telling here, guys. Okay, just understanding the purpose I'm telling here. Okay. Star is nothing but like an universal means it will be displayed all the like EMP table. Just a second, I will tell you that once. Okay, star. Okay, I will tell that one. It will be displayed all the information, guys, by using the star means, so whatever that information in that employee table, it will be displayed all the things. As of now, I'm creating only the table only, that a table information only it will be displayed. If I'm inserting some data, okay, if I'm inserting some data, it will by using the star, like a star keyword, like it's a select a star from EMP. So whatever we are giving the data, it will be displayed. Okay. No, guys, because the developers will be there. Okay, the developers will be there. Don't worry about of that one. Just understanding purpose. We are just explaining this one. Okay, so the developers will be there. Okay, don't worry about of that. Just a basic idea about that SQL. So that's why we are explaining this one. Okay. Just what is a database, how, what is the SQL, just how it will be stored that information, just understanding purpose only. You are not write coding anything anywhere because the developers will be there. So the developers only write that code. Just you just read the data only. Okay. So just I'm inserting something here, like insert into EMP table. Okay, EMP table, I'm inserting some values, right? I'm taking like an EMP. Okay, insert into EMP. That after that I'm taking values. But we will use that here. Yeah, I will discuss with that yeah diagram also, guys. Okay. Which tool we have good as means. All the tools for all the developers will be there. Okay, each and every tool you just having a basic idea about on that. Okay, basic knowledge you have about that all the tools. Okay, you are not using the tools, but you having some access on that only. Just see that how it will be data, it will be okay. Just reading and understanding purpose only you have an access. That's it. Okay. you don't have any access, you don't write any code and everything here. Okay, just understanding purpose only that will be there. Okay, don't worry about of that. Developers will be there. So you just see that one here, that here the relationship also I will explain that one. Okay, don't worry about of that. So now just I'm just creating one table, right? Just I'm creating only one table. Okay, so just I want to insert some data. Okay, some just whatever the thing will be there, like whatever the format I'm creating the table, right? Employee ID, employee name, job, salary. So that that is the way you need to create that values also. So this is the syntax. Okay, so insert into employee, I'm giving like first of all employee ID, like I'm taking like a 101, I'm taking like an employee ID. Okay, so that next is varchar, I'm taking like employee name. Just I'm using this one, like so, no, just I'm simply taking that one and I'm using the comma. And the next one is a job, like a BA. Just I'm using that one and comma. So that next thing is a salary, like a, so I'm using like a zeros. Okay, something I'm using thing. And that higher date, like something like yesterday date I'm given here. Okay, like a 2024. Like it's a, I'm giving the date, guys, and here also you need to use this thing. Okay, and that thing is 2024, and that month is 9. Just I'm giving some today date I'm giving here, guys. Okay, just I'm closing this one. So now I'm inserting one row. Okay, just I'm select this command. Okay, now you can see, just execute. Okay, that one row is affected. Okay, that one row is affected here, so that data will be inserted. So now we can see by using the select command it will be affected or not. Again we will check that one. Okay, just emp table, it will be there or not. Okay, whatever the data we are giving, it will be affected or not. So just I'm executing that one. Now you can see, so that employee ID, okay, and that Prasanna BA and some salary and that hire date. Just some giving some random data, right? So this is the way it will be displayed. So I'm giving like an extra data also, like just I copy this one. Okay, that format is the same, just I'm giving like a different names. Okay, it will be wasting our time, right? So I'm taking like this thing. Okay, something like I'm using like an something, I'm using that name. Okay, so just I'm using this again and again. Okay, something like that, something like a Ravi, something I'm using. Okay, so I'm just creating the two things at a time, or otherwise you don't use like an it's a heavy means, so we can use that comma. If I'm explaining that one, you're confused about that one, just I'm creating that one only, just execute it. Now the two rows is affected. Now just I want to see that one. I can copy this one again, and I'm writing like a select command means it's a long time, right? Just I'm writing copy and that one. Just now I'm executed this one. Okay, just it will be affected here, guys. So this is the way you need to insert the data. Okay, no, guys, here we just creating the data only. Okay, we just creating the data only. The developers will create the data, it will like this. Okay, this is the way to create that one. Okay, so this is the one of the thing. Okay, whatever the data, we just insert some rows means we can do that one. In the backend, they're doing like this. Their backend doing like this. So that's why I'm telling here only. Okay, so that developers only will do this one. Okay, you're not involved in anything, just understanding only I'm telling. So whatever we are taking, we get the data, right? So by using select command we see this data. Okay, so database admin will give that access, and after that we just retrieve the data. So we are taking the data, we will convert like an Excel sheet or something like that. We can take that one. After that, we are using like a creating some dashboards and everything. Okay. So that is the process. Okay. So just I'm creating one table. Just I'm inserting some records, right? So I'm just inserting some data. Only I'm creating one table. Okay, and after that I just insert some rows and everything. So I want to update that names and everything. So in my employee table, just my name is there, right? Yeah, sorry guys, sorry for that. Sorry for that one. So if anything, they will client will ask you sometime. Okay, so that time I will take the data and everything. Okay, so after that we just convert like by using some tools, so like Power BI or something like a Tableau. So which thing they're using the company only based on the company. So we can create that dashboards and everything. Okay, so after that you just need to explain it to the client, because here you see that the dashboards and everything, he easily understood that one, right? So that's the thing. Okay. So just as of now, I'm creating like a only the table creating I'm taking, and I just insert some data only here. Okay, just I'm inserting some data only. So I want to update the data, guys. So for example, so after 2 years or after 3 years, my salary got hiked or something like that. I want to update that salary like that. So just I'm update that salary. Okay, by using the update command. Okay, just I'm writing that update which table, employee table. Okay, set salary, I'm taking. Okay, equal to like a it's a 10,000. It will be like a 10,000. I'm taking like that one. Okay, I'm using like where condition, where that so many employees will be there, right? So I'm using the one condition here, where employee ID. So my ID. So my ID is like a 101, right? Sorry. So I'm using like an employee ID equal to 101, because that ID it will be updated, right? So my ID is based on that ID. Just it will be updated like a salary. Okay, like that I'm taking. Just I'm taking that select that command. I'm executed that one. Now it will be affected, right? So now I want to see that one. Select start from EMP. EMP. Now it will be updated, right? So now you can see that updated, it will be updated like a 10,000. Okay, it will be updated as a 10,000. And you can see two rows I will be updated, because I'm using that employee ID is 101, right? Here I can see I'm not changing this ID. So that the two rows it will be affected. So each ID is a unit, should use the unique ID. If you are using like this, okay. Unfortunately, it will become okay. I'm not see that ID. So it will be IDs are both are same. Here we are not using any constraints. I'm not using any primary key and foreign anything. But if you are using that primary key and everything, you got an error on that time. Okay, because that a primary unique IDs only it will be there. So I'm not giving any primary keys and foreign keys. I'm not giving any constraints, right? So it will not taking any error here. Okay, so you can see that two rows it will be affected. You can see that Prasanna and Ravi, that two rows it will be affected like a 10,000. Why? Because I'm clearly mentioned it's a employee ID is 101, right? So employee ID, who are that employee ID is a 101. Each employee have a different unique IDs, right? So here the I mentioned like a two IDs are the both are same, right? So that's why it will be affected the two rows. Okay, so each and everything they're seeing, and they're working on that database SQL developers. Okay, because if that changes will be there, means it will be affected all the things. Okay, So that is one of the thing, guys. So this is the one. So here you can see, guys. Okay, so here you can see this is all the syntax. Okay, this is all the syntax. So update employee, I like employee, it's a table name and set. Okay, and after that here the thing is sale. So this is all the syntax, guys. To follow the syntax you need to write that code. Okay, so if you want to update the salary, you can update one, and you can give that another name also. You can give, like, I will update another thing also, that Madhu salary also I will update it one in this table. Okay, just a second. Just I'm giving like a salary like a 20,000. I'm giving like this, and I will that employee ID is a 2, right? That Madhu name is a 2, right? So I'm just updated this one. Okay, I'm just a copy and I will update that one. Now it will be affected only one row, because that only one, not like a 1 or 2 is right. So that employee ID is only one. It's a unique, right? So it will be updated. So just a second. I will check that whether it will be affected or not. So, okay, just I'm writing this one. Just I'm copy and execute. Now you can see it's a Madhu salary. It will be affected here. Okay. This is just update command only. By using the update command, we need to update that things. Okay. So that is the one of that example. So, and one more thing, guys. We can see like employee related these things, right? So I want to add one more column also. Here we can see that column employee ID, name and job. And so I want to add like in a location also. Okay, I want to add one other column also here. So just I want to add that one also, like just a second. I'm using the alter command. By using the alter command, we'll create like a new column also. Okay, so I will tell you, I will write that one code also. Alter command, the table name is emp table, right? I'm taking like a emp. Okay, so just I want to like a employee location, or like employee ID, like I say employee email ID, something. Which one is an okay? I will take any one thing. Like I will take like an employee email. Okay, that is a mandatory thing, right? So I'm taking that one. So that employee is a varchar. Varchar I'm taking. I'm giving like some range also 30. So I'm adding one of the thing is. So sorry, I forgot that add. Now you can see. So alter table employee I'm adding. So I'm using the add keyword, and that email I'm adding, that varchar, and that I'm giving like some range. So this is the syntax. So by using the syntax, I'm creating one. Okay, I'm creating one column. So just I'm copy and execute. So you can see that command is completed effectively. Okay, so now I want to check that one. So select star from MP. Just I want to check that once it will be affected or not. That new column is added or not. I'm checking once. Now you can see that email, it will be, that new column, it will be there, right? So just I'm adding one thing. Okay. So this is the way. Okay. So, and one more thing, guys, I want to tell you the three things, right? Delete, truncate, and drop. Delete, truncate, and drop. The three things will be there, right? So first of all, I want to use like a delete. So if you use that delete command, okay, if you use that delete command means it will be like it's a deleted one row like that. Just I will write that one code. I want to delete that Ravi. Okay, I want to delete that Ravi thing. Okay, just I am writing like a, see that once, or I will delete it like a Madhu. Anything. Okay, just I will write that one code. Okay, so just I'm writing the delete from employee table. Okay, and so which person I want to like a, so I'm using the where condition, where that employee ID I'm taking. Right now I'm taking like an employee ID, so equal to like a 1 or 2. I want to delete like a Madhu. Okay, just I'm writing one thing. So I want to delete that second row, 1 or 2, that person, I want to delete that one. Okay, just I'm writing this, this is the syntax. Okay, just I'm writing here. Just I'm copy this one and I'm execute that one. It will be affected. One row is affected. Now you can see like yes, it will be affected or not. Just I'm sick once. Select. Just I'm writing like a select a star from EMP. Now it will be deleted or not. We just check once. Select a star from. It will be. Now you can see it will be affected. That Madhu, it will be deleted. That Madhu employed. Okay. That row it will be deleted. So this is the deleted. Okay. So now you want to like a truncate, you can use truncate also you can use, and the drop also. If you are using that thing, the two things means that whole data it will be collapsed. Okay. So I'm using like a truncate table, and I'm using like a EMP table name is EMP. Okay, just I'm writing one thing. Just I'm copying and execute. That command is completed successfully. Now we can see select. Okay, just I'm select. Just I'm writing this one. Okay, just I'm copy and execute it. Now you can see the structure will be there. All the data will be deleted. That is the truncate. So if you want to use the delete command, okay, if you want to use the delete command, if any person related rows, it will be deleted. Okay, but by using the truncate command, okay, by using the truncate command, it will be affected like a whole data it will be dropped out, like it will be deleted, and but the structure will be there. So you can see that employee ID, employee name, job, salary, and everything it will be displayed by using the truncate command. So for example, if you are using that drop command, so if the structure also it will be deleted, that total like a data or structure, each and everything it will be there. If you are selecting, if you are trying to see that employee table means it will be not will be there. It will be automatically deleted. We can't retrieve the data. So that the purpose they are not they're not using this one thing. We can't without constraints. Okay, without a primary key we can create that same IDs. For example, if I'm using the primary key or otherwise unique key I'm using means, so that time we can't create that yes, duplicate IDs. For example, if I am using the primary key or foreign if I'm using the primary key and unique ID means, if I'm using the two constraints, we can't create the duplicate IDs. We can't create the duplicate IDs by using the primary key and unique. Okay. So because in that table, I'm not creating any constraints. I'm not writing any constraints. Without constraints, I'm creating a table. Here you can see that primary key, foreign keys or something like that. I'm not creating anything here. I'm not creating anything here. So that's why it will be accepted like a duplicate IDs. So that is the reason. If I'm using the primary key or something like a unique ID for that ID, so it is not accepted because we got an error. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So truncate is completed, right? Now I want to tell like a drop table. Okay. So same. Oh, sorry. Drop table name EMP. Just I'm giving like a EMP. So now we can see the structure, right? Now we are using like a this thing. We can't able to see anything. If you're trying to write that query, it will be showing like a, now you can see that command is successfully okay. Now I'm writing to see the table. If the table is not, or like if the table is there or not, we just see that one. Select star from EMP. Okay, now I'm writing like an EMP. Now we got an error. Why we got an error? Because the table is not there in our database. Just now we drop the table. Okay. So just now we drop the table. we can't able to see the table. So that's why we got an error. It is showing like an error because the table is not there. Okay, I will just execute that one. Now you can see. Now we got an error that EMP table is not there. So it will showing like an invalid object. So that this is the thing. Okay. So now today we are discussing about like we creating one table, or okay, we just insert some records and everything. If you want to add that new columns or updates and deletes and truncate, drop, each and everything we are discussing, right? Okay. So now we just create like some tables. Okay. Just I'm creating one table. Okay. So you're telling like a primary key and foreign key, right? How it will be that relationship between the tables. So set is the set is nothing but like a guys, that is a syntax only. So we just set that a value only. So that is a thing only by using the set I'm using here. So this is the syntax only. Okay. So that is a syntax only. That is not a command. Syntax and sometimes we are using the two, or sometimes we are using some between or something like we are using that is a keywords only. We are using that one. So that is not a commands. Okay. So we have a syntax. Each and everything we have a syntax. To follow the syntax, you need to write that code only. Okay. So okay guys, I'm creating the two tables I'm creating. Okay. I'm giving like in a foreign and primary key. Okay, primary key and foreign key, how it will be go. Just I'm creating the tables. Okay. Now I'm creating a table. Create I'm creating like a two tables only. Create a table. I'm creating like orders table I'm creating. Okay. That e-commerce I'm taking like an orders table. Okay. So what will be their orders, like a order ID. Okay. Order ID. Okay. Order ID, what we taking like an int I'm taking. So, and one more thing, that ID is a must and should we are taking like a primary key, because definitely each ID, each order ID, it's a unique and not null. Definitely we are giving some value, right? So that's the reason I'm taking like a primary key here. And each table I'm creating using only that one primary key only, because that is a rule. Okay. That is a syntax only. Okay. So I'm taking like a primary key once. Okay. Yeah, now you can see that create a table or create a table orders I'm creating. So I'm taking like an order ID. It's a order ID is a primary key I'm taking. Okay. So and like order date and some delivery dates also it will be there, right? So just I'm taking like an order date I'm taking order date. So order date I'm taking like in a date data type I'm taking date data type. Okay. Just I'm simply taking that one, and delivery date also I'm taking delivery date I'm taking. Delivery date also I'm taking like in a date data type I'm taking. Yeah. Okay. So it's a enough that one. So I'm taking close that one. So I'm creating one table here by using the primary key. Okay. By using the primary key, I'm using one constant. I'm creating one table. Okay. Just a second, guys. Mouse is not working. Yeah. No. Yeah. Now I'm executed this one. So the commands is successfully executed. Okay. Now I want to check that one. If the table is created or not, just I'm check one. Okay. Okay. Just select a star from your EMP. Sorry. EMP is another table, right? So now we are creating like a orders table, right? So orders table, right? So I'm taking like an order. Okay. Now I'm taking this orders table. So that a table is no is there or not, I'm just checking once. Now you can see that created order ID, order date, deliver date. Just I mentioned the table is created. Okay, the table is created now. So I insert some data also here in this one. Okay, insert command. Okay, insert command I'm using insert into insert into, so that the orders table, right? Orders table, what will be stored like a values and orderly we are giving like a, so that order ID like a first order I'm telling, I'm taking like order ID, and the dates, order dates is I'm giving like a yesterday and today dates I'm giving here. Okay, some random dates I'm giving here like 2024 09 like a 20 I'm giving. So and one more thing here we can use like a these things. Definitely we are using the hyphen, guys, that is the thing. So enclosed with a single quotation mark. Okay, enclosed with single quotation mark, definitely we can use for the data. And varchar also and character also you need to use that enclosed with a single quotation mark. Okay, so this is the date type, right? And the varchar also you need to use that enclosed with a single quotation mark. Okay, so that this is the order date, and the deliver date also I'm given here. Okay, so the deliver date also tomorrow, today date I'm sorry, okay, tomorrow date I'm giving here. Okay, 2024. So the date is like a 9th month, and it's a 24th date I'm giving here. Okay, 24th date I'm giving here. Now I just close that. Now we can see, just I insert some one row, right? Just it will be affected or not, I'm checking that one. Executed, it will be affected, it will be affected or not. Just I will select a star from, yeah. Okay, I will show you. Sorry guys, I'm using the TMP, right? It will be coming like a not a stable. Okay, yeah, now you can see it will be affected. So whatever that order date and delivery date, that order ID, it will be displayed, right? So I'm creating one table and I insert some data, right? So I'm giving the primary key also for that orders table. So I'm creating another table. So now we can see create. I will take some gap here. I can easily understand. This is a second table, guys. Create a table. Okay. Like a product table I'm taking here. Okay. So now I want is like a product ID I'm taking. Okay. Product ID purpose I'm taking like an int. And this one is a primary key, right? So I'm taking like a primary key here. So, and that next thing is product name also I'm taking. Product name I'm taking like a varchar I'm taking like I'm giving like a some range also. Okay. Oh, okay. So now we can create that by using the reference key, like a foreign key, but we call it as a reference key here. So by using the reference keyword like that thing, we are creating like a foreign key. Okay, how it will be go, I will tell you here. So first of all, that order ID. So here in the table, that order ID is a primary key, right? So I'm writing like this is a syntax, guys. Just I'm following the syntax only. Okay, order ID I'm taking order ID. So what it will be there exactly, I'm taking like the order ID. Okay, so that is an int, right? So I'm taking the int and I'm using the reference key, nothing but like we are called it as in a foreign key. Okay, just I'm taking like a reference key, I'm taking references I'm taking. Okay, so and after that what table, that orders table, right? Orders, no, orders table, orders table I'm taking. Okay, so that orders table order ID, order ID I'm taking. Now I'm creating the foreign key here. Okay, now I'm creating the foreign key and I'm close this one. Now you can see I'm giving the product ID, that is a primary key, and the product name is that varchar I'm taking. And now I'm creating the foreign key here for this table. So I'm creating the two tables, product table and order table, right? So that order ID I'm taking, that order ID is a primary key. So that is the thing we are it's acting as in a foreign key in this another table, right? So that's why I'm taking this one and giving like a, this is a reference key, nothing but like a foreign key, but we are that we call it as in the references. So that keyword is a references, that order table, that order ID is a reference key, right? I'm taking this one. Just a second, I will execute this one. It will be affected or not. Okay, now you can see it will be affected. And I am just a select, I'm two things, the two tables we are creating, right? At that time I'm selecting, select star from EMP, sorry, uh, orders, and I'm writing like a select star from products, product table. So I'm writing like two things at a time. So the two things I just execute that one. You can see that one. So the two tables are created. Okay. So you can see that product like order ID, order date, and order delivery, right? Now you can see the product ID and product name, and we are using that reference key. So it is an order ID is an acting as in a foreign key in this product table. So this is the to create the foreign key and primary key. So this is the way, guys, to create the two tables. I'm creating two tables. Okay. That order ID is a primary key in this orders table, right? So it will be acting as a foreign key in this product table. This is the product table. It will be acting as a foreign key in this table. So this is the way to create that, to give that relationship between the tables. Developers only give that one. Okay, don't worry about of that one. And one more thing, guys, if you want to see this one primary key and foreign key, in the right side you can see this dash, this thing, right? So the session 3, right? Session 3 database we are creating. So just click on the plus symbol, and now you can see that the tables, right? So the tables, you can see the tables, just click on that one. So whatever the tables we are creating, it will be displayed. So now you can see that the tables, order table and product table. Order table and product table we are taking. Just click on the plus symbol. Just this one also. Just I'm clicking this one. So now we are creating that orders table and product table. Now you can see that keys. Which keys we are using? Here you can use the primary key. Orders table, we are using the primary key. If you want, you can see here. And that's here it will be affected like this. It will be primary key and foreign key. We are using this one. So this is the way to give that relationship between the tables. It will be stored in this way, guys. The right side, we just now we are seeing like a primary key and foreign key. Like this, it will be stored. So this is the relationship between the tables we are giving like one. Okay. So today class, we are discussing this all the tables, how to create the tables, update, delete, each and everything I'm telling. And I'm creating the two tables. Okay. I'm creating the two tables and using the primary key and foreign key. So this is the relationship between to give that tables. Okay. In the backend, the developers only work on that. Okay. Don't worry about that. We have no access on that one. Okay. So this is the class, guys, today. So, and I want to tell you one more thing, guys. Just a second. So this is the way, and I want to explain the database schema. Okay, entity relationship also, how it will be there. So now you can see if any application we are taking. So we are discussing about that e-commerce like application, right? So here I'm taking like it's a, I think, a job application, I think. So I'm explaining this one. Okay, how many, if any application, how many tables it will be there? Like whole tables. Like this is a one of the table, company table, and this is a position table. It's a job history table, and this is an employee table, and this is a project table, and the project skills table, and this is a skills table. Like a lot of tables will be there. Okay, all the tables we are taking this one, and we are giving the relationship between the tables by using the primary key and foreign key. So we need to you need to create the database schema, guys, in this way. Okay. So for example, that company I'm taking, that company ID is a primary key. So that's why we are mentioning the primary key here. Okay. And here you can see that constants how we are using the primary key is a company ID. The company ID is a primary key. Okay. I'm taking like a position. Position also you can see the primary key. The position ID is a primary key. Okay, I'm taking the primary key. And the job history, you can see that employee ID, company ID, something like it. These are all you can see that, right? These are all the another tables. It's a all nothing but like you can see we can you can in detail we can give that one, right? So in the job history, the company ID is a foreign key. So here you can see that company ID is there, right? We are giving the relationship. So we can give that relationship. We can see that foreign key and the job history, position ID and the company ID. We can see that one. So here the company ID is in a primary key. But when we'll go into the job history table, it is acting as a foreign key, that company ID. Okay, so that is the relationship you can give that one. Okay, and the position also, we just combine these things. Also, position also you can see that position also position ID is a foreign key. In that's a job history, and that if you want, you can see that employee also. You can see that employee ID also we need to mention. So that employee we are giving that relationship between this one. So that employee ID also it is a acting as a foreign key in this job history table. So you need to, how many tables it will be come in that application. All the tables you just need to use the primary key and foreign key. Okay, so to give that relationship between the tables. So this is the database schema, guys. You need to prepare the database schema like in this way. Okay. So nothing but like an entity relationship means, okay. So this is a this is a company. Okay, this is a one of the entity, and this is a position is this is a one of the entity. Nothing but like we are taking like an e-commerce application. I will take another example. This is already I told you, right? I will take another thing. Say like an e-commerce application. So e-commerce application like a product table. So that is a one of the entity. Okay, that orders that is a one of the entity. So between the tables, okay, we are giving that relationship between the tables, same like that. But here we are using the primary key and foreign key, each and everything in detail. We are explaining in that database schema. But in that relationship between that two entities you are taking, okay, you just give that entity relationship. This is the entities only. These are all the entities. But in detail, we are giving like a primary key and foreign key and everything, right? We are just in depth of thing. We are telling that one. But here we call it as these are all the entities. Okay, these are all the entities. So, and we are using like a one to many, many to one, so many relationships. We are using that entity relationship diagram. Hello, voice coming low. I'm using my full volume, yeah. Now I am audible to you, right, guys? Acha, acha. Maybe some network issue. Yeah, okay, okay, guys. Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, MS Visual, you need to create that a database schema and these things, guys. Okay, MS Visual, you can use that thing. Okay, so this is the database schema. This is the way you need to write that one. And some comments. Just now we are writing some comments, right? So this is the syntax, guys. So you can see the syntax. So this is the syntax. So you need to use the syntax only. You can create the tables. Like the developers only create the tables. Okay, don't worry about of that one. So you don't have any access on that one. Only that select command only you have an access. Select star from EMP. Okay. So if you find that, see the data only. Okay, seeing that we can't download that one. Okay, we just see that one. So the developers only retrieve the data and they will give you that one. Okay, so this is the comments each and everything. You can see that one, guys. So this is the SQL session, guys. Okay, so thank you for attending this session, guys. Thank you so much. Just a second, I will stop that recording.